Hello, people. I want to tell you about Jack and Lily. I never met them. I don't know them. All I know, I was coming back from the graveyard up in Muscatawbit, and I almost ran over a girl. I drove her to my home because she didn't want to go nowhere. She said her boyfriend threw her out of her truck. So I knew that was a lie because she was not marked up. Anyway, I brought her home and I asked her if she wanted to go and call anybody. No, no. I put a coffee on. I smoked a couple of joints of weed. She didn't smoke weed. She hauled a needle, envelope with a powder and a bottle of Dilaudid out of her pocket. And we were talking, and I told her, I said, you need to find God. You need to get away from this shit. I don't care what your boyfriend did to you. You need to get out of it. And she was crying, and I felt so bad for her. All right? So about an hour later, I smoked dope while I was driving. Sure did. Anyway, while I was driving, I took her home up to the reserve. Anyway, to make a long story short, I never seen her again. And November the 27th, 2022, we came home. Hold it. No, I gotta back up. That's the way ahead story. I brought her home. Oh yes, I'm ahead. I'm right. All right. She called me about 3 months later on my birthday, November the 27th, 1922, asked me can she come over and spend the night. I said yes. If you're drunk, you're high, whacked out, no. I'm not into drunken women and whacked out women, okay? If I want a pig, I get my own. But anyway, let's make a long story short. I said, okay. She goes, well, I'm going to get my friend to drive me over. He lives down the road from you. And I said, don't bring him in my fucking yard. I'll tell you right now, don't bring nobody in my fucking yard. She said, well, can I meet you at Union Center? I said, sure can. So I got in the car. I smoked a couple of joints again. You know that. That's me. That's Vince Mowry. And I went down to the Union Hall. There was a black truck. There was a trailer. We got out of I got out of the car. She got out of the truck. He got out of the truck. I passed her stuff because that's what she wanted. And she passed it to the guy. Now it's nighttime. I don't know. In the law, you can't prove that because it's darkness, kind of a little bit of light. Was it him exactly? I'm not 100% sure. But he, when I passed the stuff, she passed it to him. I went over and we shook hands. And I said, where are you from up here? He said, I live on the Lansdowne Station up the other side of the track. Oh, okay. I never thought nothing of it. And then she come here, and she was straight. We both had a shower. She was clean. We made out. I'm a lucky guy. Fuck, I'm 49, and she was 25. I was a lucky guy. Anyway, let's make a long story short. That morning, she was cooking me breakfast, and, me smoking my dope. That's Vince Mowry. She was doing my dishes. I got lots of pictures of it. That's not a problem. So I'm not telling I am telling a story, a true one. And so I can talking to her because she knows my partner who passed away with cancer home in bed with me. She knew her, all right, because that's how she got my number. There's more to this story than I can say right now. Anyway, I told her about my partner who passed away, why she was leaving him, because he was diddling kids up in Muscatawbit. I have a laptop here that can't get it on, that she hid, and she hid it until she moved out of there. And I got the laptop, all right? She reported him to the police. She reported him to the school. She reported to a couple of neighbors, and no one did nothing about it. All right? I said, let it go. Nothing you can do. So anyway, she told me a story right after that, because she knew what I was talking about. We're talking about something now up in Muscatawbit, but this ex-husband. She said, "Oh, I'm going to take these 2 little kids," she says, "from this place," she said, "because they're being a physical and mental abuse." And she was straight when she told me. She wasn't high. She had no drugs with her. Because she gave it to him, I guess. I seen it. Well, it doesn't matter. But anyway, and I said, "You can't do that. That's kidnapping. That's kidnapping." I said, "You need to report this and make sure they're doing it at the same time. Just don't report, because they might not be home." You get my drift? You got to think like I do. And that was it. I drove her back up to the reserve and a couple places. And I came home. And I have talked to her again. I think I seen her again. Yeah, I did. Yeah, she called me, pick her up, and I went back and picked her up. She was all whacked the fuck out. The time I got home, I drove her back, and I wanted to throw her out of the fucking truck because she was a retard, but I didn't throw her out of the truck. I took her back to Stewiacke, and I dropped her off at the service station up there. Now I remember that. Yeah, it came right back to me. My video camera came on. And then I never heard of her. And then I offer her a job here because I need help. Continuous care, VON, won't come here because I told them that they messed up on the mass shooting at the 27 people. They all messed up. They didn't do the job. They could have saved 27 people. But anyway, make a long story short, I tried to call her and tell her. She wouldn't talk to me. She said no. She said, "I got to be careful texting you," and stuff like that. So I knew what was going on, but I didn't exactly know what. But I found out anyway. Okay, you'll see here soon. But that's the story. That's the story. Now, do I know Daniel? No. I met him for 1 second. No, 1 minute maybe. That's it. Shook hand. I told him. That was it. Never knew him. I never knew he lived up there. Now, the only one I really know is Brad Wong, and I don't know him. I know of him. I know a couple other guys that does crime, home invasion, and got away with it because they work with the RCMP. I knew this. That's why I didn't call the RCMP the first day I heard this. I was waiting for them to come to my house because I live down the road and I'm Vince Mallory, and I don't give a fuck, and they know that, all right? They know that. I don't give a fuck for them piece of shit. I know they're involved. I knew this way before these kids went missing. These fucking creeps were involved with the RCMP. I have evidence on the RCMP. New Brunswick. Lawyers, doctors, prosecutors, judges, politicians. I know. Back from the 80s, Crime Stoppers came out. Entrapment came out. I know, all right? There's only one way they're going to stop me, is kill me. And they ain't got no fucking balls, okay? When they beat at me in prison and all that, the guards beat at me and raped me. Do you know what I'm saying to you guys? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? I got no help. And I am sorry. And there's 3 little kids are missing. I should have been looked at. They should have came here and searched these property. I told the detectives a month ago my land would never skirt behind me because this is the #1 hot spot for hot stuff for the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years, all right? I know, I caught them in my woods, all right? I got 7 fucking dogs. My dog don't eat them, I will. I'm very hungry. You understand me? RCMP are a piece of shit, all right? And I don't believe all detectives, all right? Because there is somebody involved here in human trafficking, and it just ain't people, all right? Just ain't people. You can buy the police with cash. We pay more money to the police and the government than the fucking they get it for a paycheck, all right? They're the laziest piece of shit I ever seen. In Sussex, New Brunswick, if you want a cop, you just go to Tim Hortons. Well, that's where they're all at anyway, the fucking lazy mutt. They should be holding stop signs. We need Donald Trump here and get rid of the RCMP and put ISIS on the corners. And if people don't want ISIS on the corners, because they got something to hide. They got something to hide. Put them on the corner. I get in to hide. I smoked over in front of them. I don't give a fuck. And I'm sorry for my attitude, but look what they did to me. Look what they did to me. I've been 5 to 13 molested, beaten, and abused. You understand what I'm saying to you guys? Do you understand? I got no help. I asked for help. I never got it. All right? Do you know how many times I tried to kill myself? Oh my gosh. I shot people at home invasion. I have stabbed people for protection, to protect my life. All right? If the cops want to come in my door right now, they better be ready, because I got 7 fucking dogs. And guess what? If my dog don't need them, I will. I'll guarantee you. I never did nothing wrong. I took the blame for people. I'm not a rat, but you know what? I'm dying, and I'm going to turn this over. The system wrecked my life, my children's life, my children's life, my children's life. I never got a chance to hold my grandchildren. All right? What about that? What about that? Tell me, people. Tell me. Why? Where's my fucking rights? I'm so sorry. I swear. But this is Vince Maui. Look what they did to me. You understand, everybody? I'm so sorry. I'm cutting this off. I can't take no more.